as part of service culture, I'm sure everybody listening right now, yourself too, has experienced something where you go into any business, not just a hotel, and it's very clear that the person behind the counter or doing the thing that you're there to get done is going through the motions, and they might be hitting a mental checklist of steps that need to happen within an interaction, but it doesn't feel authentic. It doesn't feel natural, right? As a manager within a hotel, it could be very hard to take a 10,000 foot view of perhaps your department and critically look at it and know whether or not you're providing that authentic service, because that's the differentiator between good hotels and great hotels. So how do you know if service at a property is authentic?
It's rarely ever easy, but it looks effortless. I mean, it's that feeling to serve, and it's often dictated by impulsive highs that rapidly fade. So I think that's important to know. And I call it the unexpected delights. I think that's important to know, because when if you have a guest in front of you and they're coming in with luggage and without them asking, you're rushing over to them or getting assistance to help them with luggage. And that's really an unexpected delight that most guests love to see. And that's authentic because it shows that you really are passionate and you care about the guest.
Yeah. It's more about emotionally connecting with people rather than just robotically going through a set of company standards. That's, whether it's interaction, whether it's, how quickly you greet somebody, whether it's where the flowers are placed on the table in the lobby. I mean, those are important. It's not to discount those things, because those systems and processes are the things that engage the five senses that I think we can get into that. And people who've listened to the show have heard me talk about it before, but the five senses are so important to engage at a property in a balanced manner, and systems and processes help you do that. But there's something else, and it's that, like, making people feel like maybe they're the only guests there. Right.
You certainly want to make them feel special. And, if you were a guest in my home, I wouldn't wait for you to ring the doorbell. I'm going to find out more about you and what you like, to personalize that experience so it's a caring and a memorable experience that you're going to remember. So when you come back, you're going to say, I'm coming back and here's why. It's because of what you did. And that is rewarding in itself to hear language like that. But, it's never going to be transactional, and it's certainly, building and creating a relationship with that guest, even if it's for a minute or two. But again, you're building a relationship, hopefully for life, that your guest becomes a promoter of your brand.